Yellowfin tuna are formidable predators that can be found in the vast ocean. They are able to conquer expansive waters, having tremendous speed, exceptional stamina, and the ability to dominate the ocean. Each year, around 1.5 million tons of yellowfin tuna are fished, which provides the seafood industry all over the world with some supplies. This specific species is particularly well liked in the preparation of sushi, sashimi, and canned seafood in major markets the world over. The grueling travels that fishermen endure at sea are the driving force behind this wealth. Not only do they have to contend with severe weather, but they also have to endure lengthy journeys and the ongoing problem of preserving sustainable fisheries. Using environmentally friendly agricultural technologies, we will investigate the path that yellowfin tuna takes from the ocean to the table. Did you ever give any thought to the arduous voyage that fishermen go through in order to transport the powerful yellowfin tuna from the depths of the ocean to our tables for consumption? For each and every fishing trip, fishermen methodically prepare themselves by examining their boats, repairing their nets, prepping their fishing rods, and storing up on fuel, fresh water, and food. These preparations are important because fishing trips can last for weeks or even months. In order to locate regions that are abundant in yellowfin tuna, they rely on their years of knowledge, as well as contemporary tools like fish finders and radar. These regions are typically found in the warm seas of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. Handline fishing is the most sustainable way of fishing that is utilized once fishermen have reached the fishing grounds. This method involves the use of big fishing rods that are rigged with live bait in order to lure and pull tuna into the boat. Through the use of this technology, bycatch is reduced and ecological equilibrium is preserved. A further method that is utilized is known as the purse seine technique, which involves encircling entire schools of tuna before pulling in the net in order to collect the fish. The use of this technology makes it possible to harvest on a large scale, but it necessitates careful monitoring in order to prevent harm to other marine species. The drawing in of the nets becomes a tough battle against the raging storm that is occurring offshore. The wind howls like an angry scream, and the roaring waves crash into the side of the boat like wild monsters while the boat is being tossed around. The fisherman needs to hold to the deck as closely as they can in order to maintain their vision despite the white curtain of rain that forms. Maintaining their equilibrium while frantically struggling to seize each catch from the brutal hands of the ocean, they moved in sync with one another, like the links of a survival machine. In the following step, the tuna is swiftly chilled by either being submerged in ice water or being stored in seawater refrigeration systems. This is done in order to keep the temperature below 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit, which prevents the tuna from becoming bad. In order to lessen the likelihood of the organs deteriorating, some offshore vessels even remove internal organs from the vessel. After sorting the fish, the preservation process begins immediately in order to preserve the fish's freshness. When tuna is caught quite a distance offshore, it is kept in freezing chambers at temperatures of approximately -40 degrees Fahrenheit. We store them in ice or cold seawater so that they can be used for fishing near shore. In order to guarantee that the tuna is at its peak freshness upon arrival, it is promptly transported by air if it is going to be sold at the fresh market. After the fish have been landed, they are subjected to a second examination, during which their freshness, color, and meat texture are evaluated to ensure that they are up to market requirements. Fish that are deemed to be of a higher quality are sent to processing companies, whereas fish of a lesser grade may be utilized for other goods that have more value added to them. Before beginning the preliminary processing of yellowfin tuna, personnel at the processing factory remove contaminants from the fish by carefully cleaning them with cold water. This is done before the workers proceed with the removal of heads, fins, gutting, and the extraction of internal organs. It is possible to separate the organs for use in other applications, while the bodies of the fish are washed once more with a solution of light salt water in order to maintain their freshness and make storage more efficient. For the purpose of preserving their pristine freshness for fresh export, the tuna of the finest grade is filleted with precision, using specialized knives, vacuum-sealed, and flash-frozen at around -40 degrees Fahrenheit using IQF, which stands for Individual Quick Freezing Technology. Before being flash-frozen and held in cold storage at temperatures of around -18 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, frozen tuna can be stored in its complete form, sliced or diced into parts. For fish that is used in canning, the first step in the processing involves steaming it at high temperatures. This helps to preserve the fish's natural flavor without the need for any preservation agents. Following the steaming process, the fish is quickly cooled in order to preserve its texture. After the fish has been chopped into uniform pieces, the workers proceed to remove the skin and bones from the fish. Before being placed into cans, these pieces are sorted according to quality standards. Additionally, substances such as vegetable oil, sauce, or brine may be included in the cans, depending on the requirements of the product line. Last but not least, the cans are closed, sterilized to guarantee the safety of the food, and put through quality control inspections before being packaged. Cold storage is used to store products that are in compliance with the standards. These products are neatly packaged into cartons that are labeled with complete information. It is from this location that they embark on their voyage to supermarkets, grocery shops, and restaurants all over the world, where they serve millions of meals, ranging from dinners for families to gourmet dishes served in expensive restaurants. Besides, do you know that yellowfin tuna, often called monster tuna, due to their impressive size and strength, are among the most prized fish in the seafood industry? While much attention has been given to how they are caught and processed, there are many fascinating aspects of yellowfin tuna farming that remain less well known. For instance, despite growing interest in aquaculture, raising yellowfin tuna in captivity remains one of the most challenging undertakings in modern fish farming. One major challenge lies in the fact that yellowfin tuna have not been fully domesticated. Unlike other species, such as salmon, which have been bred in captivity for decades, yellowfin tuna still require juveniles to be captured from the wild for farming purposes. Consequently, this raises questions about sustainability and long-term viability. Additionally, their fast swimming speed, large size, and migratory instincts demand extremely large enclosures and carefully controlled environmental conditions, making tuna aquaculture both expensive and technically complex. Furthermore, the environmental impact of tuna farming is an area that deserves greater attention. Because tuna require protein-rich diets, they are often fed fish meal made from other wild-caught fish. This dependence puts pressure on marine ecosystems and raises ecological concerns. However, researchers and companies are now exploring alternative feed sources, such as plant-based proteins and insect-derived meals, in an effort to make tuna farming more sustainable. At the same time, technological advancements have significantly improved the processing and preservation of tuna meat. Once harvested, tuna are immediately chilled, using methods such as submersion in ice water or individual quick freezing IQF at -40 degrees Fahrenheit to maintain maximum freshness. These technologies help retain the natural flavor, texture, and color of the tuna, making them suitable for premium markets such as sushi and sashimi. In addition, automated filleting and vacuum sealing ensure hygiene and consistency in every stage of production. Moreover, growing consumer demand for sustainable seafood has prompted the industry to invest in traceability systems. These systems track each fish from the ocean to the dining table, providing transparency and building trust with consumers. Certifications like those from the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC) help ensure that the tuna has been responsibly sourced, minimizing environmental and ethical risks. This emphasis on traceability not only reassures buyers, but also incentivizes more responsible fishing practices. Equally important is the socio-economic role that yellowfin tuna plays in coastal communities around the world. In regions such as Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, and Latin America, tuna fishing is more than a source of income. It is a cultural tradition passed down through generations. It supports entire economies, from fishermen and factory workers to transporters and chefs, contributing significantly to food security and employment. In conclusion, while the journey of monster tuna from sea to plate is already impressive, there is a much broader story behind it. From the technical difficulties of farming and the environmental challenges involved, to innovations in processing and the human livelihoods connected to it, yellowfin tuna represent both the opportunities and complexities of modern seafood production. As demand continues to rise, balancing sustainability, efficiency, and tradition will be the key to ensuring a responsible and thriving tuna industry for years to come.